but not in UK. And we are preparing now a study with the Croydon University, a pilot project first, and then with 100 patients. And then we are going to go afterwards for the biggest clinical trial, because we know that NHS will only accept it if we can really prove in UK that this is very efficient. And what I didn't say nowadays is that the younger people are getting more and more involved in getting a CRC. 10% of the new CRC cases are people under 50. And you may know the most famous one, the movie star from Black Panther, that died with 43 from cancer. He was detected in 2016, stage 3 cancer, and didn't manage the next 5 years. Then if you would have been using CRC color alert, it may have been survived. So this is one very specific case that shows how important those kind of prediction or prevention tests, I would say, are nowadays, specifically because of COVID and the way that hospitalization is not as well so safely and so on. I think those home testing is getting more and more important, and we are, as I say, preparing the studies to finally, hopefully, get acceptance by the NHS. And I think the next 5 to 10 years we will manage. I'm sure. I'm very convinced about that test. There are many other tests existing. The one is Cologuard in USA. It is as well very well known, but it does very low in comparison to color alert specificity. For this reason, it is not allowed to be sold in Europe and in UK. In China, there's another one color test as well called in this, and they use the same markers. They use KRAS, but instead of BRAF, they use the methylation of DNA. And the problem, the methylation of DNA is taking place. Everybody will get it with getting older. This reason is not very specific, and the sensitivity is much less. So then iodine degree is then much lower. So for this reason, I really believe the color alert is the one we have to get it accepted from the NHS to save lives. Thank you.
Thank you. One final cheeky question from me, and this is going to be for Sadath. And my organization might be facing the same problem. You showed a very nice slide of the members of the committee of APPNI, in which there is male domination. So how do you cope with the committee in the APPN as a female minority? Are they treating you well? If not, is there any way we can help to improve it, or do you maybe recommend increasing the population of women in the committee, bearing in mind that you don't enforce people to come in to serve, people volunteer to serve?
So basically the infrastructure of the committee is such that it is based on elections. So yes, people would put forward their interest, but it depends who gets elected. So we've had a second round of elections. The first round of elections, out of 15, we had 2 female executives. This time round, we've got 5 female executives instead of 2. So clearly the trend is changing. And it is quite, it is quite heartening that you see lots of women actually coming forward to put their nominations across. Personally, per se, I haven't had any problems, partly because I think I have found a way to navigate those issues, unlike many of the women, and it's not a problem only in the East or in the West, where women can be subdued or have a very sort of dormant kind of a personality. Unfortunately, the executive within the organization, we don't have that trait. So we've had no issues working with our male colleagues. In fact, we've had meetings where most of the time. We've got majority as females. So, but it is an exemplary situation. We don't see it within UPNAVE. I haven't had problems, but I know in the NHS, there was a time that I was the only female registrar, having had 7 male colleague registrars, and that was difficult because the difference is really you have to stand out. The bar is very different for a woman as compared to a man. And I'll talk only about surgery because I can tell you most of the things about surgery, and you think, well, can you do this, or do you have the confidence to do it? It's not talking about skills, it's the confidence, which I don't know why women are perceived that they can't do it. So personally, I haven't had problems either at work or within the organization.
Thank you very much indeed. Because of time constraint, I'll now pass the baton to my colleague, Dr. Saifullah Serati, Jr. Over to you, Sai.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bolaji. So this concludes the final session of the BIDA Oncology Conference. I wish to thank all of our speakers and the audience today for spending their valuable Saturday with us this conference. I hand over now to Mr. Gajanan. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai. It's been a fantastic day, a long day, and now it's an absolute pleasure for me to announce the winner of the podium and the poster presentation. The winners of all the winners, there are 3 winners, the first, second, and third, and all the 3 winners will get the certificate of commendation and for second, third. The first prize will have a memento as well. All the winners will have their abstracts submitted to the BIDA journal. So in the reverse order, for the for the poster presentation, I would like to announce the third prize is Suzani Shrestha for the Gorlin syndrome poster presentation. A big round of applause for her for the third prize. And for the second prize, it's Meena Laka who presented the poster for research looking at the demographics and outcome of Wigan and Wrightington Lee Trust. And the first prize is Dr. Samyak Verma for the technical developments in minimal invasive spine surgery. Can we all give a round of applause for these people, please? If the panels, you can put in the mic on and then round of applause. Now the oral presentation, we had 6 very good oral presentation, and it was a tough task for all the 3 judges. The 3 judges did a fantastic job. I would like to thank the 3 judges, Sanjay, Ashish, and Pranab Sarkar, for their hard work and making it lively. The order of presentation, the third prize for the oral presentation is Dr. Ahmed Nobi for his recent advances in neuro-oncology. The second prize goes to Dr. Alison Rajan for consenting for COVID patients. And the first prize, which is the most people got the scoring, was Dr. Nisha Tambuchetty for stoma stenosis. That's the final prize. You can see everybody, the order on the screen. And once again, thank you for everybody for this presentation. Now, I would like to hand over to Dr. Ashish Dhawan, who is our General Secretary for National BIDA, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Gajanan, so much. I must start by saying that what an amazing morning, afternoon session we've had, and I'm sure all our delegates and panelists will agree with it. I would start by thanking our organizing committee who have worked tirelessly to make this conference such a big success. Stevie and Graham, once again, you guys have been amazing, and the way you provided us with the IT support and coordinated this conference without any glitches, is commendable, and you keep on doing this again and again, and thank you for doing this once again for us. Let me thank our sponsors, ICICI Bank and Pall Mall Medical, for sponsoring us. Quilter has been supporting us in all our conferences, and once again, the IT platform was provided by Quilter, so thank you so much for that. I can see outside my window, I see the sun shining, so I have to really thank our delegates, our panelists, and our judges who've actually ditched the sunshine to join us in this conference today. Last but not the least, thank you to all the delegates who've been joining us, you guys are the one who make this conference so much successful. Those of you who are already a member of BIDA know what BIDA does, but people who actually are not members but are delegates, I just want to have a very quick brief synopsis of our organization. The motto of BIDA is fairness and equality, and yes, education is a part of it, but BIDA does a lot more. Our members know that we represent their interest at all the platform, and we look after the interests of international doctors in the British medical field. If you remember, over the last 15 months, we've had very difficult time with COVID, and this has been a period where BIDA has been very active in doing a lot of activities. At the start of COVID, we looked after the issue with PPE and we brought it up with the government. This was followed up by providing and risk stratification of BAMI staff, and BIDA was very active on that front. Last year, when a lot of British medical doctors lost their life in the fight against COVID, we did a fundraising campaign to support those doctors. And our latest campaign has been very recently when India was going through COVID. We launched a campaign along with British Asian Trust, and we raised about £56,000 to supply oxygen cylinders and concentrators to India. So in the nutshell, I've only got a small request that those of you who are members with BIDA, please stay with us. Those of you who are not members, please consider joining. We are a big family, and we stand together. Before I close down, a huge thank you to all our sister organizations and I can see this collaboration now going, which started a year ago going forward. And I would like to mention CSOP, MENSAG, APNE, BASO, BJMA, and BAPIO for joining us on this platform. Thank you very much. One last request is that Quilter Financial does have a form if delegates want to fill that. And this is somewhere where they can ensure if they want to get in touch with you, then they can get in touch with you for financial advice. Thank you so much.